All right, today we're going to be making some graphs about temperature data and daylight data in 3 different cities around the world. You're going to be making 2 different graphs and you'll be given the paper that you need to do that. Now, make sure that you are giving each city, city A, B, and C, a color. You're going to keep the color for each city the same on the 2 graphs. So, for example, I've done city A with blue on my high temperature graph, and I'm also going to do city A with blue on my average daylight hours graph. I'm going to go ahead and do an example for city A for the average high temperature graph, and then you should be able to see how to do it and move on and do the other cities on your own. So the first thing I'm going to look at city A, and I notice I have the months down here at the bottom: January, February, March, April, May. You know the months. So make sure that you're putting the data in the right spot. Now, I have only even numbers on the y-axis here. So if I have an odd number in my data set, for example, January 15th is an odd number, I'm going to have to put that halfway in between. We're going to end up making a line graph, so please don't color in and make bar graphs because we are doing 3 graphs on each of these. So for city A in January, I see that it's 15 degrees. So I'm going to come here to January, and here's 14 on this line and 16 here. So I'm going to put a dot for 15 right in between. In February, the average high temperature in city A is 17 degrees. So again, I'm going to find February, and here is the line for 16. Here's the line for 18. 17 is going to be in between those. March, temperature is going up. It's 19 degrees, so that's going to be between 18 and 20, and I'll mark it here. 21 for April. May, I finally get an even number, so I know that this is going to be 24 degrees, and that's right on this line. June is 26. July is 28. My temperature is going up. August, the temperature is still 28. September, my temperature starts to drop a little bit. So this is between 26 and 27, or 26 and 28. October is 23 degrees. This gets a little tricky. I may have to kind of say, okay, well, here's my 22 and 24. So I know my 23 degrees is going to be in between that. November is 18 degrees. And December is 14 degrees. And again, I may need to kind of use my finger to follow along on these lines to make sure I'm getting it right. So now I've done my temperature data for those months, but I'm going to want to make a note somewhere on here that this is city A. So I'm going to make a little key over here with my color, and I'm going to say city A is blue. The other thing I want to look at, it's pretty obvious that these are the months of the year down here, but I'm going to want to make a note over on the y-axis of what this data represents. So I'm going to say this is the temperature, and I'm going to abbreviate it TEMP in, and this symbol means degrees Celsius. So now I know what these numbers mean on the y-axis, and I have my months. Now, if I was going to continue on and do this for my next data set, I would pick a new color, and I'll just do the first one here. So now I'm going to start with city B, and I'm going to give that a pink dot. And so city B I'm going to do in pink. I'm going to do it on the same graph. So city B in January is 27 degrees. So I'm going to go up here between 26 and 28, and I'm going to put a dot there. I'm going to continue doing this for city A, B, and C. And again, I'll say my city B over here is in pink. And so I'm going to label that. And then I'll have a different color for city C. When I'm done, I'm going to want to do a best fit straight line for these. And so I'm going to go ahead and connect these. And this will give me temperature data for my cities. Now, you'll notice over here, this is a different graph, average daylight in hours. To get that data, you're going to look at the other data table that you've been given. And this is our average daylight in hours. You'll notice again I have city A done in blue. I'll do city B in my same pink color, and city C, whatever color I choose on my first graph, I will use on my second. Make sure that you check in with my notebook if you're confused about how to do this and you want to check your answers. Good luck and have fun plotting some data.